Hey, Anna.
What's up, Serge?
We're recording another Randocast. This would be the 4th episode of the Pretender series.
Curious Jarod?
Curious Jarod. In this episode, Jarod is really curious about a murder. Wow. News at 11. I kind of like this episode. It's pretty good. A couple of funny moments. The enhance, where they go in on this, super low-res security camera footage from the casino where he's working.
Which is recorded on VHS.
Right, so it's recorded onto a VHS tape. And when he's looking at it at first, on, a regular TV monitor, by the way, with, a regular VHS player, he, and not a big TV monitor, just, a regular little, 13-inch TV monitor. It looks like a VHS tape. It's all, grainy and stuff. It's got scan lines, whatever. But then he freeze frames. You get this perfect freeze frames. No scan lines, no nothing. Just, perfect freeze frame. And then he starts zooming in on it somehow. Because, normal VHS players have, zoom controls somehow. And the image, actually, the resolution gets better and better and better. And you get this crystal clear, super focused, amazing, shot, not blurry at all. It actually looks clearer than the original tape freeze frame he was looking at. And this thing is, maybe 1% of the original, surface area of the original frame. Okay. Yeah. Enhance. What was your favorite scene?
What was my favorite part of the episode?
Yeah.
I like the ending where Sydney and Parker think they have him all cornered with two of the sweepers behind him and them in front of him, and they're nowhere to go, not knowing that Jarod is currently the head of security in the casino they're in. And then he tells the security guards to strip search Parker because she might have shoved chips somewhere.
Well, yeah. It was funny too because she's chasing him down, right? And she is not wearing running shoes. She's wearing these really skimpy, I don't know what they are. There's maybe a 1/4 inch of sole on it. And it's strapped on with these very thin straps. And it's just you can't run in that.
Well, it's how Scully could never actually run in any of the shoes she's wearing in the X-Files.
Right, and yet she's somehow keeping up with him, but whatever. Her and this geriatric old man in the yellow hat.
Yes, Jarod discovers Curious George and Elvis impersonators.
Yeah.
Or Elvis in general, I think.
I guess so. Yeah, it was an interesting episode. He didn't really help anybody because the person he was helping was already dead. I guess
she was in a coma and then she ended up dying.
Yeah.
And that was actually a good scene where he tells her that she's not alone and then she dies in the hospital room. It was a sad scene.
Well, what about the scene where he's talking to the Elvis impersonator and the Elvis impersonator is basically, I think Elvis tried to help people too much and he cared too much and he couldn't keep up with it and it caught up with him. Right? Wasn't he really talking about Jarod in that scene? That's what I felt. And then Jarod had that moment of pause, is he talking about me? Nah, whatever, it'll be fine. Then he just keeps going with his scheme and everything works out fine. But now you're thinking, is this going to catch up to him?
The mythos catches up to him and it does its thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was an interesting episode.
I like the scene where Parker is dealing with that one mobster guy.
Oh, yeah, cheap date.
Yeah, that was a good scene. Parker's a great character.
Throws it right back in his face. It was hilarious.
So what happens in this episode? The guy who runs the casino beat one of the girls who works in the casino
to death.
Yeah.
And
his wife knew about it, so paid for the girl's hospital bills and funeral because she gets beat by him too.
Yep. But yeah, no, this Jared's totally onto them, and he infiltrates the facility by basically fooling the head of security into bringing him in as a card counter, even though he's not actually counting cards, and then unveils the head of security's plot where he's ripping off the casino. So that guy gets fired and I assume shot and dumped in a dumpster somewhere outside of Las Vegas. And so now he's the new head of security and he totally infiltrates the whole operation and then sets up the head of the casino in this phony scheme that he's supposedly stealing money, but he's actually not, but it doesn't matter. He gets beaten up by the corporate like security guards and then arrested by the police. He found the original tape of the security camera and mailed it to the police. So basically, the guy gets fired, gets the crap beaten out of him, and then gets arrested. It's literally like the worst day of his life. It's kind of funny.
He's probably gonna get divorced by his wife, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
Not that it matters. She's not gonna get any money in the divorce because that casino's gonna like extract $4.5 million from him one way or another. So yeah, she's screwed. Anyway,
what's your favorite number?
Jared's favorite number is apparently 8.
It's upright infinity.
Yeah, although he writes it sideways when he in that one shot where he makes it like out of monkeys. It's actually at a 45-degree angle. I wonder if that's supposed to symbolize something.
Infinity?
But it's not upright. But neither is it like the infinity symbol lying down. It's kind of in between.
Maybe it's more of an artsy shot.
No, I think there's some kind of symbolism there. It's just like the number 4 keeps appearing in the Fear Street series. I think the number 8, maybe it's going to make a comeback. Who knows?
A dying whale is just a dying whale.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Why did you like it more than the previous episodes?
Oh my god, I'm trying to wrap things up.
I just want to know, why did you like it more than the other episodes?
I don't know. I thought it had a more cohesive sort of thing and it was a little funnier, but the guy's infiltrating like a casino. It's like a Robin Hood kind of scheme, you know, he's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. At the end of the day, the Elvis impersonator who got fired drives away in like a new car. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I guess like every Pretender episode, but this one was not like super shitty like a couple of the other ones I had issues with.
You didn't like the pilot, and you liked the second one. You thought the third one was just okay.
Yeah. I mean, some of them, the thing is like this one, it's a fun thing because it's not a hard thing to do what he did. You've seen a lot of other movies have characters that have done impersonation of this kind. So he's not doing anything supernatural in this episode whatsoever. This is like James Bond can do this kind of stuff every time. In fact, a lot of James Bond movies involve doing exactly something like this. So it's not that big a deal. It's when he learns to fly a fighter jet or become a top-notch surgeon that it starts to look ridiculous. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm glad you liked it. Are we doing another one sometime?
Absolutely.
Future?
We're gonna definitely keep going on this, and we're definitely running to that Randocast time limit. So peace.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.